you're looking at the single most important graph any marathon runner will ever see. X-axis, weekly training volume in kilometers. Y-axis, marathon finish time. And the message is brutal in the best possible way. The more you run, the faster you finish. At 35 kilometers per week, you're finishing a marathon in around 4 hours, 30 minutes. That is your novice runner, committed but undertrained. Now watch what happens as volume climbs. At 45 kilometers per week, finish time drops to sub 4 hours. At 60 kilometers, you are crossing the line at 3:30. At 80 kilometers per week, you are a 3-hour marathoner. And at 160 kilometers per week, elite territory, the curve flattens out near 2 hours, 10 minutes. This is not an opinion. This is the dose-response relationship between aerobic stimulus and performance. More volume means more mitochondrial density, higher lactate threshold, and stronger cardiac output. A 2007 review by Midgley, McNaughton, and Jones in Sports Medicine confirmed that total weekly mileage is one of the strongest independent predictors of endurance performance. The biology is not complicated. You run more, your body adapts more. But here's what the graph is also telling you, and this part matters just as much. Look at the steepness of the curve between 35 and 80 kilometers. That drop is massive. Going from 35 to 80 kilometers per week takes a novice runner and turns them into a 3-hour marathoner. That is a 90-minute improvement from roughly doubling weekly volume. The gains in this zone are enormous and available to almost everyone watching this. Above 100 kilometers, the curve starts to flatten. The gains are still real, but they are smaller, harder earned, and come with a much higher recovery demand. This is where the law of diminishing returns kicks in, and where training structure, sleep, and nutrition become non-negotiable variables. Research by Tim Gabbett on acute to chronic workload ratios shows that spiking volume too fast, regardless of where you are on this curve, dramatically increases injury risk. The graph shows the destination. Your rate of progression determines whether you arrive there healthy. So the practical takeaway is this. If you are running under 60 kilometers per week and wondering why your times are not improving, the graph just answered your question. You are sitting in the zone of highest potential gain and leaving it untouched. Increase your weekly volume gradually, no more than 10% per week. Take a deload every 3rd or 4th week and let your body catch up to the stimulus you are giving it. That process, repeated consistently over months, is what moves you left to right on this curve and down toward a finish time you do not currently believe is possible. More volume works. The data is clear. The only question is how smart you are about getting there. If this helped your training, hit like and subscribe. New videos every week to help you push your limits. Got a question or a goal you're chasing? Drop it in the comments below. Stay consistent, stay hungry, and keep your edge.